Hey, it's Ruby. Welcome or welcome back to my channel and to a TBR video. I love TBR videos, and honestly, I wish I could do them every single month, and maybe I can. If this is a success, maybe we will continue to do them. But the reason that I don't often do them is because I post a reading vlog, almost every week, and it's like hard for me to keep up with those already because typically I read a lot of books, or I try to read at least 3 to 5 books for one reading vlog, and it adds up. But recently, like in March, I've been reading a lot. We're starting week 4 as I'm filming this, and I've been reading 5 books a week. So I figured, why don't we choose 5 books today so that I can have the joy of choosing prompts, because I think it's so fun, like, to get a prompt and then choose books. So I tried to sit as forward as I could so you can see more of my books, because usually I sit right in front of my shelves, but I try to sit forward. You obviously can't see them all, but it's okay. But yeah, I really want to do the prompt jar thing, so we'll choose 5, and then maybe we can even do a reading vlog where I read the 5 books that we chose from the jar. I think that would be fun, doing like a TBR jar reading vlog. So I think that's what's gonna happen, and hopefully it's a success. I have fun with it and you like it, and then maybe we can continue doing it. We'll see, but this is an April thing for now. So let's choose our first prompt. I don't know what's in here, if I'm being honest, because I made these like over a year ago, but we're just gonna roll with it. So here's our first one. I hope these are like up to date. A book about sports. Ooh, okay, like a sports romance. There is this book. I have several, but there are several options for this one because I have an arc of a book that's going to be coming out pretty soon, actually, and it is the second book from, what is it called? Okay, I pulled a stack of options because I think it's fun to have options just because. But that book I'm talking about is the second book to Only in Your Dreams by Ellie K. Wilde. I got this as an arc and I loved it so much, and I gave it 5 stars, which was kind of insane to me. And book 2 follows the guy's best friend who is an NFL player. So I kind of want to read that, but it doesn't come out in April. I'm pretty sure it comes out later on. So that's an option. Another option is this silly little romance, Night Shift. I've heard nothing but bad things about this, so I kind of want to read it. It says, when a college bookworm and the campus basketball star share a sexy encounter in the library stacks, things get complicated. So I kind of want to read it just so that I know if I'm gonna like it or if not, so I can unhaul it. Another one that I want to read is Saving Six, but while I feel like the first ones, I don't know, I think from all of them, these two, Joey and Aoife's books, might be the only ones that aren't like sports romancy, because he's not a rugby player. I know that he's a hurler or whatever, but I doubt that that's going to be a component of the book. So maybe that was just wishful thinking on this one. So maybe we'll take that one out of the running. And then the last one is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A book that I just typically don't gravitate to Taylor Jenkins Reid, but I did read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo recently, and I gave it 5 stars. So, and I was a tennis player, like, since I was like 13. I love tennis so much. So I think this one has potential to be good for me personally. I think it's between this one and then the arc of this one. Which one should we pick? Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with this one because I'm so excited for it. I really want to read it because this one I love so much. And in this one, like, we had a story, we had a plot, but also there was like a lot of spice, but the spice was really good. Like, I actually really like the spice. I enjoyed it. Sometimes I don't. I mean, oftentimes the spice will either be cringy or it'll just be like stupid, but I like the spice in here. So yeah, we're gonna be picking up book 2 in this series. Also, they're available on Kindle Unlimited, so when it comes out, you can get it on Kindle Unlimited. I do recommend you read this one. He's a football coach, an ex-NFL player, so Yeah, also a sports romance. Read it, check it out, and then let me know what you thought, because maybe like it was a fluke on my part to like it that much, but I did. Okay, I think that was a strong start. I'm excited about that one. So let's choose our second prompt and see what we get. We'll go with this one. Let's see. What does this one say? This one says a book that matches the current season. Dang, these are a little hard sometimes because it's spring right now, my dude. How am I supposed to know if the book takes place in spring? I feel like oftentimes it's easier with fall, winter, and summer, but spring's a little hard. So we might have to go with like a book that looks springy, which I guess is probably a romance, because fantasy, I don't know. Okay, I couldn't really find any that look springy to me except for one I already read. So I Googled books that take place in spring and I pulled one. So we'll just choose to believe Google. But this was the one that to me just shouts, screams spring. Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, which if you've never read this, read it. It is so good. I gave it 4.5 stars. Only because I read Out on a Limb, and Out on a Limb to me was better, and I gave that 5 stars. I love that book. But this one's also so good and 5-star worthy. But look at that. It looks so springy, and that was the only one I could think of. But look, this is what I mean. If you look at this, what are you thinking? Summer, right? Like, duh. If you look at this, fall, autumn. It's so autumnal, like, but for spring, if you don't have any flowers in there, then, you know, it's not going to work out. But the book that got recommended was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I mean, it looks springy, and they said spring, so we'll see. But yeah, this is cozy fantasy. Cozy fantasy always makes me a little nervous because it's hit or miss for me. If I'm being honest, it just says a lush cottagecore tale full of stolen spell books, unexpected friendships, sweet gems, and even sweeter love. And I'm happy that we got this because I actually have an arc of the second book coming out later this year. So yeah, I think it'll be good to read it because I'm gonna have to read that arc since I already got approved. So yeah, that's good. That worked out. Prompt number 3. So far, so good. Like, I feel like I'm excited for both of those books. Here we go. Prompt number 3 is gonna be a book set in space. Wow. Okay, that's amazing. This is such, I'm happy. There's one that comes to mind because I've been wanting to read it forever. However, it's part of Clear the Card, but I think that's okay, right? Like, we can, it's part of a series. So let's say we can pull options, but I feel like I'm going to be going with that one. I actually couldn't find a lot of space options, like of books I already own, or at least that I can think of. I feel like this one, A Memory Called Empire by Arcady Martin, is maybe a space opera, but I'm not sure. However, the book that I was thinking about, it's part of Clear the Cart and it's wrapped. I'm thinking it's this one. I'm hoping it's this one because I don't want to unwrap the rest of them. Oh, it is. So it'll be a surprise to you. Ready? I'm gonna choose it. I love unwrapping stuff. Starside by Brandon Sanderson. So I read the first book, Skyward, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was so for me. And I really want to continue on the series. So even though this was part of Clear the Cart, I'm going to choose it because I want to. So in this world, we follow Spencer, who lives in another planet. Not on Earth, on another planet. And their planet, they have to live underground for reasons. Like, there's a whole thing. Book 1 basically takes place in a flight school. Completely. Like, the whole book. But at the end of the book, she finally makes her way to space. And I just feel like this is going to be such a fun time. So, yeah. This is going to be our next book. And I'm excited. There are 4 books in here. And then, like, a novella bind up. So I still have quite a bit to go to finish it, but I'm excited to finally pick this one up because I freaking love book one. And I don't think that it'll be for everyone, but damn, it worked out for me. If you're a fan of like Top Gun or Top Gun Maverick, it'll be for you because that's why I loved it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2 more to go. Prompt number 4. This one. Prompt number 4 is gonna be a mystery or thriller. Nice. Very different. So mysteries or thrillers, I don't have a lot of those physically, but let's take a look and choose some options. Okay, here are 4 options. So first up we have Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Because honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna love this. So I kind of want to read it. That way if I don't love it, I'll unhaul it. But yeah, that's the first option. Another option is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, which I'm assuming is a thriller. I don't know anything about it, but it could be fun. Then book 3 in the Housemaid trilogy, The Housemaid is Watching. I just want to finish. I just want to know if we're going to let Millie just live her life, because that's enough. Frida, like, leave Millie alone. And then the Finley Donovan series. This is book 1. This is like cozy mystery, I think. And I own the first 3 books. Again, something that I want to read so that I know if I even want to keep those or unhaul them. I feel like I'm between these 2 because I'm feeling the same type of way, whether like where I want to read them so that I know if they're gonna be for me. If not, so I can unhaul them. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with this one because I think this one has a bigger chance of just me not needing to keep it after I read it, which is the goal of mine right now as I prepare to move to a new apartment. So this is gonna be book number 4, And Then There Were None. Let's choose the last prompt. So number 5 is gonna be, let's go with this one. Let's see. This one says a book with chapter titles. Cool. I feel like that gives us a lot of options. Should we choose a fantasy? Should we try for like a romance? We already have 2 fantasies, 1 romance, and 1 mystery thriller. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Okay, this is the first one I saw that has chapter titles, and I think I'm gonna go with it because I want to read it and it's a different genre, so I think it'll give us a good mix. I think this is more like just general fiction or lit fic. The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. I've only read one other Ellen Hildebrand, which was 28 Summers, which I did enjoy, but it has a cheating trope. And it's like all about the cheating, essentially. So I did end up unhauling it because while I did like the book, I don't necessarily want to be reading about cheating, rereading about it, if you know what I mean. Like, it was okay, but I can part with it. But this one seems like, I don't know, it'll be cool. I've heard that there's like a ghost character in this, which I'm intrigued. But all her books take place in Nantucket and they all feel summery, and we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. So let's review what we got, what we picked really quick. Here's our stack of books. So first of all, we have the second book in the series. I don't remember what it's called, so sorry, but yeah, book 2, it's like a pink book. But like I said, if you haven't read this one, check it out because it's actually really good in my opinion. And then we are going to be reading The Spell Shop, a cozy fantasy. We're going to be reading Starsight, a YA sci-fi, so that'll be cool. And then we're going to be finishing The Housemaid is Watching, a thriller, and hopefully the final one because Millie's been through some things. And then just general fiction, lit fic, The Hotel Nantucket. So I like to read different genres. I like to mix it up. So I think this will be a good reading vlog that we'll do in April. I don't know when, but I will get it done. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. As always, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye.